Alright, it's Keiko with Hold the Rift, and we're going to go over the first place and second place decks from the Houston Regionals. Obviously, if you don't know, Annie won this event, and Annie was an amazing choice. She's got this really aggressive game plan and tons of draw, and a really difficult combo to deal with in Vi Ride the Wind to close out games. So hero ability is end of turn, ready 2 runes, and we've got 6 Fury, 6 Chaos in the winning list. Battlefield Zon Warren's Dreaming Tree and Arena's Greatest. With Zon Warren's, the strat is to be running Scrap Heap. You're probably going to start Zon Warren's game 1. By probably, I mean almost always. And you're going to throw Scrap Heap into the sideboard when you're not running Zon Warren's. Just to get some good value. Draw extra cards and hit your combo with Vi Ride the Wind. Dreaming Tree, great option. You have access to Flash, Fighter Flights, a lot of things to save your units and then net you a card on top of it. So not only are you saving your unit, but you're going to draw a card. And that compounding effect is going to get you very far ahead. And then your third battlefield, Arena's Greatest. This battlefield, and this is the new idea. This might not be a new idea for you, but the idea is that you play this when you know you're going to go first, and now you've got a huge advantage making it a 1 point less game, and you're playing cards like Sneaky Deckhand. And Sneaky Deckhand is going to get you onto those battlefields fast, and you're going to be able to close out a game like that. Yeah, so let's walk through the list. We've got Annie. Purple Annie ends up being crazy because now when you use your resources, you're not as worried that you've used them because you can always go back and pick it up again. Even when you're discarding with Traveling Merchant, you're discarding with Zon Warren's, it turns out it doesn't matter, you can pick it up later. Or let's say you go for your Vi Ride the Wind, they defy the Ride the Wind. If the Vi sticks around, you just get to Annie and pick up the Ride the Wind again. So they've got to have 2 defies or a charm or something to deal with both parts of your combo. So that is huge. Purple Annie is amazing. Triple stack deck. This just lets you get to what you need. Because of stack deck and because of a small deck size, you're going to be on 39 cards because your champion is going to be outside of your deck already. You get to see with a stacked deck, like within, if you mulligan 2 cards, that's 6 right off the rip, and then you draw, let's say you're on turn 4, you draw 4 cards, you've drawn 4 cards. That's 10 cards. Now you play a stacked deck, you've seen 13 cards deep into your deck. You're a third of the way through your deck with 1 stacked deck and a couple of turns. That is a huge advantage. And now, what if you see multiple stack decks? What if you see your scrap heaps and you're drawing extra cards? You're going to see almost every part of your deck because purple gets access to start a stack deck. It's really good. Cleave 1 for 3 is insane. It lets you trade up, and by up I mean super up. Your 2 drops are going for 4 drops, sometimes 5 drops. Your Darius is eating everything with a cleave on it. Like, a cleave is a great card. Oh, only 1 gust. Gust, I had this trouble. I was playing Teemo a lot with Gust, and I also put it down to 1 because it is situationally good. Some decks don't care about Gust, and so it feels really bad to be having Gust in those games. But also the amount of value that you can get and the amount of filter that you have with Gust, or with Stack Deck, Traveling Merchant, and Zon Warren's lets you get away with playing these one-ofs, and you'll find them or be able to get rid of them when you don't need them. The 3 scrap heap is for Traveling Merchant and Zon Warren's. It's going to net you extra cards. You can take it out. It's an easy sideboard slot for games 2 and 3. Really simplifies the game plan. Triple Traveling Merchant, again, just good filtering. It's a great purple card, and you're going to be able to find what you need because of things like Traveling Merchant. The nice thing too is if you play out your hand and then you move a Traveling Merchant, it turns into a draw 1. So if you run out of resources, Merchant is great. And then another cool thing is, no, that's the cool things, I guess. I mean, you get value off Fight or Flight, Ride the Wind, turning those into looting effects as well, letting you discard draw. Vi is your finisher, ganking, recycle one from your trash, give me a +1. This turn, you can be very intentional with this card and only buff it up as much as you need. But a lot of the times you're just going to go for game. Vi, Ride the Wind, put when you're at 6 points, and there's not a lot that a lot of decks can do about that, especially if the Vi is big enough. So, yeah, very strong. For those of you that don't know the combo, you play Vi. You only need 4 runes, and one of them red, one of them purple. You play Vi, and then you Ride the Wind the Vi into one battlefield, and you make the Vi really big by using her ability, and then you gank over to the other battlefield. It's insane. It's borderline interactable. Like, there's only so much that you can do against this. So, yeah. We got triple Pouty. Deflect just hoses some decks. If you got to deal with this Pouty Poro and it's not a unit that's dealing with it, it hurts. Deflect ends up adding up. Triple Flash, this card's insane. Saving 2 of your units for 2. And when Annie just always gives you 2, that means you're always threatening Flash. You're always threatening Fight or Flight. You're always threatening any of these 2 costs. So it's amazing. You got your Ride the Winds. That's your win con. You can also do some degenerate things with it on your opponent's turn, like moving Kaisa into an open battlefield or starting a new challenge after running a unit into there, or even with Darius, if you can play multiple spells. Putting a surprise 7 attacker is very, very awesome. Ride the Wind gets you a lot of value and a lot of sneaky points. Fight or Flight is just great. Push a unit. This is going to help you win games. It's going to help you protect your units. You can use it offensively, defensively. You get so much value out of moving units in this game. Purple is just a very fun color. Then we're on the 1 Rebuke. Rebuke being just a catch-all. Hey, return this to your hand. It's insane tempo, especially, let's say you're playing against Set and they spent a Pit Rookie to buff one of their units, and then you just return it to their hand. Now they have to find a new way to buff that unit, and they have to replay that unit. And if that unit had any power cost, they're going to recycle more and more runes. It's insane. Triple Sneaky Deckhand, that is going to win you games alone because of the amount of points that a Sneaky Deckhand can get you out of nowhere. People just don't see it coming. Well, now they will, but yeah, a lot of points, adds up real quick. Then you've got your 2 Void Seeker. Deal 4 draw card is insane. It's really easy to leave this up too, because you just have to leave one, energy or 1 rune up at the end of your turn, because you'll get 2 more off Annie. Then you've got the 3 Kaisa and 3 Darius. These are your aggressive accelerators. Darius is like a pseudo accelerator. You've got to have a second card, but your cards are so cheap, you're gonna have a second card. And then, yeah, Kaisa draws you cards, which that's what every deck wants to do. So, yeah, every color needs a Kaisa, to be honest, to make it fair, because this is just ridiculous. Okay, we've got 2 Gusts on the side. Again, not all matchups like this card. So when you like it a lot, so you're going to bring it in. And when you don't need it, you're going to take out that 3rd one. Rebuke all the way up to 3 copies, which is surprising to me because Rebuke is got that hefty 2 power return, but your deck is very low to the ground, and Rebuke, when it's good, is like very good. So I could see this coming in against a lot of the good decks, a lot of the Aurora decks. Yi, Misfortune, having their unit bounced that whole turn going to waste when it took their whole turn to play the thing is huge tempo swings. The 3rd Fight or Flight, just a good card. Your 3rd Void Seeker, another great card. And then your 2 Draven. You score points really quickly, so when you play this, it's going to be a big boy. And I'm sure it helps with like the Kaisa matchup and anything that needs big units. Yeah, so that's the first place Annie list. I think Annie has some draws that most decks just cannot beat at the moment. And I do have some theories on Kaisa on how to combat Annie a little bit better than the traditional way of playing. You know, I think maybe you could consider leaving up more runes as Kaisa, and playing out your units a little bit slower. That way, when you go to deal with Annie, you do it on their turn, and then you get them to invest resources on their turn, letting them not just dump a bunch of units on the board and protect them on your turn. So then you threaten them both times, and then now they've always got to have the answer. But again, like, Annie could just have the answer. So yeah, that's hard. And then let's look at the second place list. We've got Yi on Aspirant's 6/6, so 6 green, 6 comm room, 6 body. Yi being when a friendly unit defends alone, it gets +2. Insane. Got Aspirant's Climb for game 1. This is to make sure that it goes long, and that, you know, you have a chance to slam an Aurora and play your big dudes. Then you're on 1 Vile Mouse Lair. You happen to have a ganker in your champion zone, so this is just a freebie. Anything there is going to get trapped, and that blows. Then your Obelisk of Power going first. Let's see. Going first on Obelisk of Power lets you go directly into Aurora off of a ramp, off of a Catalyst. But going second on Obelisk is really good too, because then you only need either a Mobilize or a Catalyst or a Find Your Center to go directly into Aurora, so to accelerate it by a turn. So yeah, very strong, good stuff. These battlefields make a ton of sense. Then you're on the 1 orange Yi. This is the good Yi. You have to play it. It's ganking. It enters ready. 6 might. It's huge. 8 on defense because of Yi. 3 Defy and a Sabotage. Defy stopping most spells in the game is brutal. And then Sabotage, getting a peek at your opponent's hand is ridiculously strong. And I'm sure it's fantastic in the Mirror and other Aurora decks. Imagine taking somebody's Aurora. That's a feel good. Then you're on your 3 Charm. This card is ridiculous, and I think part of the reason to play green is Charm Defy, as well as your disciplines. But like, with that package, you have the most interaction in the game. You get to interact with their spells, you get to move their units, and you get to buff your units. Insane. Charm, very, very good value. Discipline, +2, draw a card. Its reaction speed as well, so very strong. The fun part about playing a Dazzling Aurora version of a list is you get to play all of the fun spells. So now you're on 2 Rune Prison. You're going to be able to stun units. You're triple mobilized because you got to have your ramp. That's why we have 3 Catalysts of Aeon as well. You got your challenge. You know, you want to fight your big boy into one of their cards. You got triple Zonius. Now your big cards are going to last twice as long. They got to deal with them twice. Can you deal with it twice? Sometimes not. But you know what doesn't care about Zonius? Rebuke. What a good card. Okay, Find Your Center. Sometimes this costing 1 is insane. Draw 1, channel 1. For 3, though, is also just fine. So, yeah. You're on 1 Wind Wall. Wow. Wind Wall, fantastic card into Kaisa. Stopping a Cathian Rain and Falling Star just feels good. It feels really good. We already talked about Catalyst. Triple Tasty. It ramps you and draws you card. Just fantastic. Accelerate as well, and a big body. Yeah, very strong. Then you got your White Flames, +8. This helps you break boards as well as, well, no, just break. It helps you break into battlefields. Very helpful. Your 3 Dead Bloom. This is the best orange card. If you didn't see me talking about this in the Market Watch, go check that out. 2 Mountain Drake, 1 Volley, and triple Dazzling. This is just a 9 cost 10 drop vanilla. I love Voli, but I understand why you wouldn't want to play multiples of it because it costs 12. So this most likely will get stuck in your hand. But on the off chance you flip it on Aurora instead of drawing it, that's a feel-good situation. Anyways, okay, and then Triple Dazzling Aurora. This is the namesake of the deck. This is how you're going to win games. At the end of your turn, reveal cards from the top of your main deck until you reveal a unit, play it, ignoring its cost, and recycle the rest. So yeah, you'll pick up all your big boys with that. And then sideboard-wise, you got the second Sabotage, the second Wind Wall. Those are going to help you with your Kaisa matchups, the Aurora matchups, and they're going to stop, all the big stuff. Triple Clockwork and Triple Poros. So it looks like we're actually playing a transformational sideboard as well. So we're going to take out Dazzling Aurora and some other things, probably some ramp spells. And you can't take them all out, though. That's unfortunate. But yeah, probably ramp spells, Auroras, throw these 6 in, probably Catalyst. Yeah. Throw these 6 in, and now all of a sudden you've got yourself just a mid-range Yi list. Yeah, so that's very exciting. But yeah, those are the top 2 decks from Houston. There's a lot of cool decks out of Houston. I recommend going and checking out. People have videos of like best of. I think on Twitter I saw Tarek Patel, a really prominent Flesh and Blood pro, posted a sideboard guide for Annie, which looked amazing. Maybe I should cover that. Let me know if I should in the comments. But yeah, I had the fortune of making it out to Houston, but I didn't get into the main event. I was hoping they would open up the wait list for no shows or stuff like that. They didn't, but overall it was a really fun experience. I got to play in side events. I did okay there. I think I played I played a sealed event. I went 3-0 there. I played the Nexus night. I went 3-1 for that. And then day 2, I got to play in the 1v1 showdown. I think I went 4-2-1 in that on set, which was pretty fun. I think Set is in an interesting position in this meta. I think he's just blatantly strong, but he has a very linear game plan. So it's very easy to interact with him. And if you have the answers, you have the answers. And I feel like there's only a few points of interaction that I really have, like challenge and the buff card. Anyways, yeah, my Houston experience was very fun. And then on the third day, on Saturday, I actually went 3-0 on a Yasuo deck, which I would love to cover as I refine it. But yeah, stay tuned for Yasuo deck. Let me know if you want to see it. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.